you know, just for him to have the night that he had last night. And, you know, he's put a few games like that together in these past couple weeks, but, you know, some of the outcomes hadn't gone in our direction. But, again, for him to have a night like that last night, big winning in front of the home crowd before we went on the road for a little while, I think it did wonders for us.
Was last night a relief? That's the right word.
No. I think the Laker game was more of a relief than last night. I think last night was a big win for us, something to build off, but I wouldn't say it was a relief.
Lou, you're being asked to do some ball handling while Kyle's out, and with the playoffs coming around, bench is shortened. Is that kind of like extra practice for you when time comes for you to play a different role with this team in the playoffs?
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure that's probably going to be something that they're going to ask me to do long term. I think it's necessary at this point with Kyle being out, with us being shorthanded with ball handlers, but you know, I did a pretty decent job, and we put in some sets for me to have the ball and still put me in a position to be in a scoring threat at the one. So we'll see what happens. We're just starting the game planning, starting to get prepared for the playoffs, so we'll see what we do.
When you look at those last 8 games coming up, there's not a team above 500, but you have 6 of those teams, or 6 games against teams that are fighting for a playoff spot in the East. How dangerous could those teams be, knowing that they're fighting basically for their playoff lives?
So when you play with teams that are loose, that don't have a lot of pressure on them, those are always the most difficult games. You know, guys just going out there and playing, and I've played on teams like that before where we don't know if we're going to make the playoffs, so we say, hey, let's go mess it up for some of the teams that are in the playoff picture, and then especially when you're on that bubble, you're going to play, you know, even harder trying to get in the playoffs. So those are very dangerous games. We got to go into them with a particularly focused mindset and just try to get wins.
What can you get out of a team like Minnesota? They're starting 3 rookies, 2 guys with a year experience tomorrow probably.
Yeah, we'll start dealing with it in the morning. Today's practice was more about things that we want to do going forward, how we can help ourselves win games. So, you know, we start game planning for Minnesota. Once we get there, we'll see what's going on.
Can you get much from a team like that that's trotting out guys that are basically brand new to the league?
I can't have an opinion on it because I'm not I don't even know who they're starting. I don't even know who's rookies and who's not on their teams, even though we just played these guys a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give them any clipboard, you know, stuff that they can put up on their board and have some confidence for.